Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman. Today we review. We had to skip last week,
Yeah.
by the way. You knew that. We're supposed to be reviewing that week this movie Serials with Kirk Allen, Superman. That didn't happen. So,
Had issues.
yeah, so here we are. We skipped it. We're moving on to George Reeves' Superman and the Mole Men. About an hour long movie. Came out in 1951. George Reeves' Superman. Considered the first major live action Superman.
Yeah.
Um, this is technically the first Superman movie,
Yeah.
I think. Which is interesting. So I think it is. Anyway, let's get into.
Not theatrical, just a TV movie.
Is it? Well, I guess it was.
I don't think it was ever in theaters.
I don't know. So let's get into Superman and the Mole Man. We're not now, as always with this series, we're not reviewing the movie itself, even though we'll talk about our thoughts on the movie and give it a rating. But
Sure.
that's not the main focus here. The main focus is to talk about the character of Superman and how it differs to different versions, and maybe what could be inspired in the new Superman film coming out July 11th, 2025.
Yes.
Let's get into this.
Yeah.
So the last thing we reviewed was the Fleischer shorts,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this is interesting because I'll say this: the Clark Kent in this movie, George Reeves Clark Kent, I think is like exactly like the Fleischer Clark Kent.
Yeah. It feels like they just based off the cartoon and just did like real life. It's like hey, we're making this live action, and that's what they did.
Yeah, and I thought it was pretty good. Now, this movie has like original villains. I assume the Mole Men.
Mm-hmm.
They don't speak.
Yeah.
They're very weird looking.
Oh, I
I
thought
don't
you
know.
were.
Just say something. I was drinking water.
Sorry. Yes, very weird looking. One's obviously played by a child, while the rest are adults.
Yeah.
Hunched over.
Yeah, and so yeah, and they don't speak like, and so they just like they lived underground. There was this mining. These people were like mining for oil. Lois and Clark show up because they stopped the mine oil rig. They stopped it. I guess because they hit where those Molemen lived,
Mm.
and so the Molemen come out and like investigate what's going on. I guess I don't know why, but eventually they destroy the oil tower. And everything they touch is like radioactive. And it's all people going out hunting them and all that. It's almost like it's like the themes are very like racially like it's kind of like a racism kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, which I thought the movie itself.
I thought it was just okay.
I think it's I don't know, I kind of liked it. I had an enjoyable time. There's something about old movies, especially like from the 50s, like watching like or Andy Griffith for example, or something like watching some like old shows, like the audio quality and like the way it looks. Watching that like late at night, it's kind of just like soothing. I don't know.
It's like a charm. No, I get what you mean by that. I watched
It's
some
almost
of
the
it.
same as like watching when I would watch like Batman the animated series in my dorm room, my little TV, and all lights are off. I got a snack, drink, and so I'm playing my TV. It's just like the square. I don't know. It's really nice.
No, I get you.
It's a
You
vibe.
hear little crickets outside and stuff.
No, there was a train outside.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Just going. Um, I, I mean, I thought it was okay. I definitely see the charm in it. I think George Reeves does an amazing Superman and Clark. I think something more looking for is more of a.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
wait, you didn't care for it?
I
Because we both agreed we like the Fleischer shorts, Superman and Clark. And this is basically a live action version of that. I think so.
I don't think he's a good Superman.
Well, there's not much of them in this.
Now I haven't watched much from the show yet, so I haven't watched much.
Maybe because again, this is just what we see of the movie. We haven't seen the TV show itself, so maybe I imagine within what is it like 20, 18 minutes episodes.
Hold on.
I imagine that's the average length time. That's what it's going to be. But I Superman only appears in this in like two parts of it. Or like there are two major parts. I'd
Oh,
say
this is
very end and then like somewhat in the Mary middle. He's Clark Kent for about because this is about under an hour long. It's like a 58-minute movie, just barely under an hour. He's Superman. I think.
There's a full episode of the show right here. Hold up.
The Adventures of Superman. more powerful than locomotive. Able to leap all buildings in a single bound. Oh, on the side, to first. That's Superman.
That was familiar. It's literally the Flash cartoon, but like just live action.
Bro. So that's the whole episode. Please. Clipped up.
Mark, aren't they the cutest couples you ever saw? They sure are, but you ever see a couple that weren't cute? I wish the shop was open so I could hold one. Until the next best.
Alright.
I tell you.
Oh, hold up. We're going to see this real quick. We're watching a show in the middle of the episode.
From the corner, I'll call the police.
So, I see him suit up right here.
Was off.
Oh, I was like, he's getting his hat back on? That's a...
Does a jump on the trampoline? Oh, he's like.
Let me open this door. Oh, he bent the steel bars. That's cool.
I tried to run out the door as soon as the alarm went off. You don't have to worry about me, I'm not going to run away. Deliberately stay when you could have gotten away? Well, I've never done anything.
The S on his...
It's all like
Anyway, it's a full episode.
Chief,
Yeah, Lois has got a perm.
I do want to mention. I do want to mention. I'm talking about
That's what he looks like in color.
real quick. What's your thoughts on his suit? Because
Uh,
that one little.
I don't think he's like... I don't know. It's similar to Christopher Reeve, but it's like the symbol is a little stretched out.
Like, the symbol's a bit too stretched out, and I don't like the cape. I never like the cape where it's like, it's on the shoulders and it's just like a big dip.
Yeah.
I never like it like that. I always like it where it's like kind of attached to the suit. But no, I thought he does great as Clark. I can't remember what I was saying.
Got it
Like,
in
he's in
color.
color.
Well, look who's here again. I told you I'd be back. And now I'm going after your brother inside that cube. Yeah? You want to bet? I wouldn't advise either one of you to try and stop me. Why should we try to stop you?
Yeah, so, I don't know.
I don't think you don't get much Superman in this movie.
No.
Because two major parts. That's kind of it in this hour long.
Yeah, I would say I just think he just seemed. I feel like he acted the exact same way he did as Clark as Superman.
His voice is more like hello, but that's how it was with a lot of heroes back then when you didn't really know what they should sound like. Look at the old 60s Spider-Man cartoon. Peter Parker's like, "Hey guys,
Batman in the 60s.
yeah, Batman in the 60s." Like every time they on the mat, like Spider-Man's like deep voice. He's like the Green
The
Goblin.
Joker.
The Green Goblin is doing the
Batwoman.
bank. Yeah, exactly. It's very deep and all that, but now you kind of have like the ideal voice of like, Batman should sound more like that, and Spider-Man should sound more like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like him as Clark Kent. I think he's a really great Clark Kent.
Now for the time, like this would have been everything. But you look at it now, obviously, it's kind of hard to compare something from like over 50 years ago.
Yeah.
70
something.
Yeah, it's 75 years ago.
74.
Your 70s?
74 years ago.
Yeah. So, obviously.
It's the oldest thing reviewed. Well, no, I guess the Flash show would be, actually. Never mind.
Yeah.
But this is, the movie itself was okay. I mean, I enjoyed, I had a fun time watching it, but I wasn't, like, thrilled.
Yeah.
I really like, there's a scene where these hunters are, like, hunting the, Moleman. They had one of them trapped in the shed, and they're, like, burning the shed down. I thought that scene was pretty good. It's probably my favorite part of the movie. But I thought Superman would show up and like save him, but the guy just escapes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's kind of fun to watch and see all the random things they had to do to edit it and make it look good. You saw the little the Drawden Bridge and the dam or whatever, and you see like the microphone coming into frame a few times.
Yeah, the boom mic coming in.
You can tell Superman jumps on a trampoline before he takes off.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't really enjoy him as Superman too much. I liked his Clark Kent more.
Well, I think I think
I think is why I like the movie a little bit more than you, because there's more Clark Kent. It was like I think I messaged you and I was like, this movie is literally Superman movie, but just the Clark Kent stuff.
Yeah. And not that like I want like a Superman movie. It's just Superman the whole time, but it's just like when you have that runtime of like an hour long, I'm like, okay, he don't turn Superman until like about almost it feels like almost 30 minutes in, because obviously you have to do the setup and all that.
I mean, they kind of just show up. I bet this was crazy after seeing the show and seeing the movie, but
Mm.
I don't know. Funny enough, I don't have any more thoughts on this movie.
I don't either. But like I will suggest I will note this. I think the ending is really weird. It feels like the ending of like old school monster movie rather than like
I mean, it
something else.
matches for the time.
It matches for the time, but like for a Superman thing, I imagine it ending like Superman talking to the people and like giving a lesson, like, "Hey, we shouldn't discriminate mole people."
Mole people.
Or something.
I was once a mole
But
person.
I was one. I too was a mole person. So was I. No, not like that. But like it's like be when you meet someone new, always try to be open with them, or don't discriminate or whatnot.
Yeah, and over
This
sorry.
they freaking. Or sorry, you want?
Oh no, I was gonna change the subject.
Oh yeah, don't change my subject. I was gonna bring up like the mole people go back in their hiding spot, and then they use their laser beam and freaking explode the whole dang old place around them, and then it's just Lois makes a little remarks, and I guess they said we'll be our people, and they'll be their people.
And we live our lives, and they live theirs.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. And that's it. That's how it ends. And Lou like Lois is in Clark's arm or Superman. I can't remember if he was Superman at the time. But they're in the arm, and it's kind of how it ends. I was like, that's a weird note. Like I think it'd be like.
Yeah.
I was waiting for. Plus, I was waiting for the mole people to talk at one point. Like they don't talk the whole movie at the very end. And they're like, "Thank you, Superman," or something. But no, they.
I gotta give this movie. I don't want to say I want to do that. I don't think it's bad. I'll probably give it like a 6. I don't know.
Uh, kind of a 5 for me. It's okay. Hey, I almost want to give it 4.5 because I definitely have no interest in watching this again.
I'd rewatch it.
But
It's like
I
on
feel
TV.
bad because I don't
It's
want
like on TV. I could have.
If for some reason you told me like, hey, we gotta
In
rewatch
color.
this, if for some reason they had like an in color version, I'd check it out. But that's as far as I'll go. Well, because it's just kind of boring to me. Like I don't even.
Talk to somebody don't like watching black and white movies.
I love watching black and white movies.
Go watch 12 Angry Men.
I've seen
You've not seen 12 Angry Men.
I haven't seen Charlie Angry Men, but I've seen a bunch of
Watch
black and white
Werewolf
movies
by
I
Night.
love.
But yeah, I think that was a good Clark Kent, not great Superman. I think. And now and obviously before Fleischer's Superman, I mentioned that I mentioned that I like both of those versions of Clark and Superman. But this obviously that wasn't live action. I can compare this more to other stuff, which would be the next thing that we review, which is Superman the movie, which is obviously Christopher Reeve, great Clark Kent, great Superman. But we'll get into that. We reviewed that movie before. I gave it a bad review, but I've watched it many times since then, and I've come to my senses.
Yeah.
So with that, I could probably end this episode there.
Yeah.
This is a short one, 13 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you all so much for joining us for this quick little episode of It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman. We're going to have more to talk about in other episodes, like next, Superman the movie, like I said. So, if you had fun with this, hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit notification bell so you get notified when we upload, whether it's another little episode like this, or a gaming stream, or podcast episode, or whatever. The other Superman episode will be out as you're watching this, so make sure to go and check that out immediately after this. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I have to say. I don't think so. With that being said, we will see you in the next one, and have a super day.